You ever watch a scene so insane, so effortlessly cool that it sent chills down your spine? This video is all those moments, from god-tier entrances to disrespectful one-shots. These are the moments in anime where characters flex too hard and aura farmed like there's no tomorrow. Wistoria Wand and Sword, the anime where magic schools exist, but the main character forgot to read the syllabus and brought a sword to a spell fight. Enter Will Surfort, the guy with zero magic powers who shows up to this elite wizard academy aiming to be the top when he can't even light candles without matchsticks. And then you've got Julius Reinberg, the top of the class elite who looks like he bathes in mana potions and walks around like his a-hole personality is a status buff. So naturally, things get heated up between these two polar opposite characters, and Julius decides to flex on Will by saying this. Of course, our MC agrees to the fight, and by fight, I mean absolute demolition. Will proceeds to solo this magical prodigy with nothing but a sword, footwork, and enough raw determination to make Naruto proud. No spells, no incantations, just pure I lift weights while you study runes energy. The way the supposedly weakest guy in the school dominated the strongest absolutely shocked everyone. And by the end of it all, Julius is left utterly broken as our MC ruined his pride, GPA, and probably even his Tinder matches, all without casting a single spell. Next up, we've got Gon, our adorable shonen cinnamon roll, who just spent weeks learning how not to get one-shot by people with magic auras. He's pumped, ready, and all serious to win this martial arts tournament. But fate had other plans, as his opponent turned out to be Hisoka, the walking red flag with enough thirst energy to make an entire fandom uncomfortable. From the very start, this man completely dominated Gon, playing around with him, making it clear he wasn't there to simply win. He was there to vibe. While Gon throws hands with everything he's got, Hisoka effortlessly blocks, dodges, and occasionally punches back like he's swatting a fly that mildly annoyed him. And then it happens. Gon finally lands a punch, and you think all the time he spent training is actually going to pay off, but no. Hisoka casually smiles, pulls out his Uno reverse card, and returns the punch mid-fight, but with 10 times the power. As if that wasn't enough flexing, he proceeds to toy with him through and through, and wins the tournament by absolutely violating Gon and his simple mind. Coming up next is one of the most legendary character introductions in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's episode 2, and the anime just finished laying out the premise, introducing one of the most diabolical villains of all time. Now this guy has been hyped up as this ultra-demonic earth-destroying menace who's practically the final boss in the story. And the way he made his intro by effortlessly tearing apart the cursed spirit that was absolutely bodying Megumi was insane. For a moment, it seemed like we were witnessing the strongest character in the entire series. But then out of nowhere came our blindfolded daddy, Gojo Satoru. Not only did this man utterly dominate the F out of the undefeatable King of Curses, he also did it while being completely goofy. Literally nobody expected this level of aura farming on the very second episode, but the way Gojo toyed with the final boss without even trying was so insane that it ended up breaking the internet.
生徒の前なんでね、かっこつけさせてもらうよ。
剣を持つ手に力が入らないわ。どうなってるギル？なんで力が出ねえ？
俺の前で憎悪を抱く者は何人をも傷つける術を失う。俺はエスタロッサ、慈愛の海言を与えられし。
Now, if you've ever watched the 7 Deadly Sins, you'd know the Giga Chad Escanor's got to be on this list. Every single time this man shows up, he absolutely dominates the scene with pure attitude and charisma. This time, we're talking about his fight against Estarossa, the event that reminded us literally no one can mess with this towering colossus of strength. Not even the son of a demon king. Estarossa showed up full of confidence, acting all high and mighty thinking he's that guy. But man, was he not prepared for Escanor? Our dude casually walked up to the demon prince, completely ignoring his paralysis powers, looked down on him, and proceeded to deliver one of the most biblical roastings in anime history.
惜しい。おやおや、金貨でも落ちていましたか？
エスタロッサが膝をついただと。ガードの上から一撃をもらっただけで。
No matter what he did, nothing worked. Meanwhile, our guy Escanor tanked every single one of his attacks and actually countered by summoning a literal friggin' sun on the villain.
ブラックアウト。終わりだな。それがどうしました？フルカウンター。俺の闇がお前の体力を飲み込んだ。つまり魔力に関しちゃ俺に分があるよな。そしてフルカウンターは物理的攻撃をすべて跳ね返す。我の攻撃が通用しない。我が決めた。我の太陽を飲み込んだ。誰が決めた？震えるさ。決めるのは我だ。死ね。エスカ
どうやら俺の喧嘩相手が見つかったようだな。
There are anime flexes, and then there's Benimaru nuking an infernal demon with just his bare hands. And it was honestly one of those fights where you realize the guy wasn't called the strongest for nothing. While other squads would have normally struggled to even hold the line, our guy showed up calm and collected, looking more annoyed than worried. Now remember, the demon itself was pretty overpowered and could have easily bodied anyone else, but for Benimaru, it was basically child's play. The man casually combined his second and third generation powers like it's his second nature, and soloed his fiery enemy without giving any room for a counterattack. And the wildest part? The dude did all this with zero expression on his face, like it was just another Tuesday for him. Simply crazy.
最強の消防官と呼ばれるわけだ。
アイアンフィスト。なにごちゃごちゃ言ってんだ？主人公にでもなったつもりが？最高に惨めなやつだぜこいつはよ。いい加減にしろよお前ら。上等だよ。今度は僕が10回勝負受けてやる。かかってこいゴミ野郎。
Next up is one of the funniest and most over-the-top flexes in Mashle, where our MC went up against this ultra-narcissistic, top-ranking student who thought he was untouchable. The a-hole came in loud, cocky, and totally convinced that his spells would crush anyone in his school and started bullying our MC's best bud. But that's where it all went sideways. Our MC decided to put some muscle into it and casually broke through the enemy's attacks like it was nothing, landing a brutal punch so fast the guy couldn't even react. And of course, like every other villain who just got their ego shattered, this dude went desperate and launched an all-out attack, only for the MC to casually one-shot him right through it.
今ので2回10回耐えるんでしょ。格の違い見てみたいな。
Coming up next is yet another flex from the 7 deadly sins that was so dumb and effortlessly disrespectful that it redefined collateral damage. The world was on fire, demon armies were running wild, and in the middle of all this chaos, Meliodas and Bond decide it's the perfect time for a bro fight, while completely ignoring the real threat in the background.
なんだばお前って案外お子様なのな。
ああ、お子様はどっちだっつうな。
あれお前手どうした？
話をすり替えんな。ケツを触って喜んでる団長とは違うんだよ。
バカを言え！おっぱいだって触りまくる。
団長、頭に何つけてんだよ。
そっちこそ話をそらすなよ。
The poor things get one-shotted by accident, being hit by stray punches and by simply being at the wrong place at the wrong time. The way the duo accidentally massacre their enemies and get shocked by it remains one of the coldest anime flexes till date.
なんでこいつ死んでんだ？
見ろよ。いつの間にかもう一匹も片付いてるぞ。
嘘だろおい。まさかこれで終わりなのかよ。
タイズー君、コールをよろしく。
はい勝者メリオダス&バンペア。さあここからだガランの。
Next up, we've got this insane moment from Hell's Paradise where our MC flexes his overwhelming strength for the first time ever. Gabimaru, infamously known for his insane fighting skills and his undefeated record, gets challenged by another prisoner after being sent to the Paradise Island. It was a sneak attack that sent our MC flying, after which the villain declared that he was gonna defeat him to test his strength. Now this guy was built like a tank, carrying dozens of weapons, making our MC look like a toddler, so he really was convincing for a moment there. But what happened next was simply mind-blowing. Our MC got back up practically unharmed, and even with his hands all tied up, he still accepted the duel. He promised not to remove his shackles during the fight, and gave a major handicap to his opponent. Even then, our guy casually beats the hell out of the gigantic dude and shows him just how outclassed he is.
やっぱりやりづらいよ、手縄だと。
一撃。
But of course, as with all other arrogant characters, this guy doesn't want to admit defeat, which ended up leading him into becoming a human pincushion. Our MC used his own weapons to skewer him to death, completely disrespecting his enemy.
ああ、無駄な時間を過ごした。ちゃんと手縄はしてあるぞ。
はい。
しまった。ここまでか。
Sakamoto Days is what happens when you take John Wick, give him a dad bod, put him in a convenience store, and then crank the flex dial to overkill. Enter Taro Sakamoto, the most dangerous hitman in the world, now living his best life stacking shelves and selling instant noodles. But just because he's soft around the edges doesn't mean he's gone soft in the head. Right in episode 1, when our guy Shin was about to be offed by a mafia gang, this giga-chad of a man walked straight into the enemy's hideout, and what followed was a masterclass in casual dominance. He caught bullets with chopsticks, turned pencils into deadly projectiles, and decked grown men into next week with one clean punch. And the best part is how he casually switches back to dad mode and goes off to live his normal life like he didn't just yeet away dozens of armed thugs and dismantle an entire mafia gang.
Sakamoto Taro! ここまでか。まさか。
Jinwoo from Solo Leveling is a god-tier aura farmer who deserves a video of his own, but if I had to pick one moment where he outdid himself, it's the time he made a badass entry during the final battle in Jeju Island. Right before he arrived, the Ant King was absolutely dominating Korea's strongest hunters, slicing away at them like they're butter. They were outmatched, barely hanging on, and things were looking hopeless. Then out of nowhere, our MC walked in at the last second, calm, quiet, and completely ready to break the internet. The guy didn't waste time or test the waters, as he immediately started destroying the Ant King, dodging everything and landing clean, brutal hits like he wasn't even trying. And guys, if you love watching a hero go all out and rage against their enemies, check out these insane revenge kills in anime that totally goes hard. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.